First Utility Board meeting to order. Item 1 on the agenda, public comments. Are there any comments? Any comments? Seeing no comments, roll call.
Mayor Curtis. Alderwoman Lewis.
Here.
Alderman Prude. Here. Alderman Barron.
Here.
Alderman Osinga. Alderwoman Swanson.
Here.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Here.
Alderman Jones.
Present.
Clerk Gall.
Here.
8 present, 1 absent.
We do have a quorum. Item 3 on the agenda, it would be the approval of the minutes from the April 21st, 2021 meeting. Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved. Mayor.
Motion by Alderwoman Lewis, a second
I'll second.
by Alderman Osinga. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? Can we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Lewis.
Aye.
Alderman Prude.
Aye.
Alderman Barron.
Aye.
Alderman Osinga.
Aye.
Alderwoman Swanson.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
I believe I abstained. I wasn't here.
Clerk Gall.
Aye.
7 ayes, 1 abstention.
Motion carries. The minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda will be the approval of the bills, and those bills total $766,237.77. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Osinga. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderwoman Johnson. Are there any questions or concerns on the bills? Seeing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Alderwoman Lewis.
Aye.
Alderman Prude.
Aye.
Alderman Barron.
Aye, but I abstain as to check 36403 to Gordon Electric Supply, 36409 to Kankakee Ace Hardware, 3925 to Piggish Engineering, and 3926 to PSI Construction, to avoid a potential conflict.
Alderman Osinga.
Aye.
Alderwoman Swanson.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Clerk Gall.
Aye, but I would like to abstain from check number 3925. I have a conflict of interest.
8 ayes, 0 nays.
The bills are approved. The next item on the agenda would be the reports, and the number A is the monthly activity reports. Come on up, James Lopez.
Good evening. So earlier this month, we started our summer hours, so our department's running from 6 a.m. to 7, or to 2:10. Everything's running as normal. A few things I want to hit on. With the weather that we've had this past weekend, there's some tree branches fallen in the terrace. We got a couple crews out running, picking up brush and pickup trucks, and we're running the bigger stuff that we've got called in on. We had the Durapatcher started today. We started in the alleys on the south side, and we're working our way around. We're going to try to do a lot more work with the Durapatcher in the alleys, and use the cold planer when that comes in. That hasn't come in yet. It should be coming in here hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks. With that being said, the other part of that equipment is coming in tomorrow. It's going to be delivered. I was holding off on that because I wanted it all delivered at once. So we will be getting the new track loader tomorrow, plus the forestry head machine. So we have that for the retention ponds and overgrowth stuff. So that comes in tomorrow.
Are there any questions for Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Alderman Jones?
Yes, thank you. Director, I was just wondering, how aggressive are we going to be with the alleys? You know, I've got a few of them pretty bad. And, you know, I don't know how, really I want to get with the engineer to see how much it's going to cost for alley repair or what have you. Are we just going to patch? Because, you know, you got some dips like that. Or are we going to, I don't know the capacity of what y'all do.
But yeah, we're just going to patch holes and try to lift stuff up. We can't do the bigger dips that you have in there. That's something that you'll have to talk to the engineer about, but we're going to get the bigger potholes and actually try to fill them in with the crack sealer and stuff like that, so, but the dips and where one side's like this, that's a little more than we can do.
More than you can do.
If it's something, we can throw a hot patch in it and like just try to level it out up and down the alleys and not do a lot more work to it, but just try to fill it in.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, everything we're doing is going to be a Band-Aid, you know, unless you actually do physical work and
Right.
take everything out to the rock and then redo it. That's the way that's got to be done.
Right.
Larry?
Oh, Alderman Osinga.
James, do you know, did you guys mow 210 South Small? Somebody mowed it finally, but,
We'll go back with the code tickets that we get on the email. We'll let you know here in a minute.
okay. I called code on it because it was knee-high. That's that old house I used to live in. The guy died.
Well, I
Somebody
know
mowed it.
that
Somebody did mow it.
Frank has been he sent over probably 80 code tickets, lots that we were requesting code tickets for. So he sent those to Director Nelson over the last couple days, last week.
We received it.
Thank you.
We received it on Thursday. It should have been mowed today.
Okay, well, it was mowed. I
yeah.
drove by today.
So like I said, he's requested over 80 code tickets.
Okay, well, another thing with that being said, how do we deal with grass that when it rains, in terms of that? Do I call code or well, I guess I can't call y'all.
Repeat the question.
You know, when it rains, when it rains, it's like grass is everywhere. Grass will grow now.
Well, in my understanding, that right now is going to be it's going to take a little longer to get the work order because they have to give you a process, they have to wait, there's like a 7-day process, I think, to wait. But after that, it could be, you see it, then she could send one right away. So right now is the part where it's got to get 6 inches to be a code violation. Then you have to wait 7 days to send us a code ticket, and then we have to get it, then mow it. So, but after that, the process is a lot easier. All we have to do is say, hey, this grass needs to be mowed. She could send us a ticket right away. The first one is the one that needs all the steps, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Okay, because I want to make sure it is right where I'm complaining right. I want to make sure, if that makes sense, I want to make sure, because I didn't know there was a process to this. I thought you could call on the phone and y'all will be Johnny on the spot where,
You can't call us. We have to go.
for sure, right, I get that.
But she has a process the first time, and every time's different. So grass is different than rubbish. So if there's rubbish outside the house, that's another violation, so it's got to be a different form. So you get grass and then you get rubbish, they're different.
Well, one thing I'm saying, I want to be real honest, I'm saying I'm mad, a couple doors down from me, people are back, the fly dumping wasn't as bad, but it seems like we're back at it again, and the guy that has the lot, he always did a wonderful job. He has a person that comes, they got a crew that cuts it, and now look, somebody done fly dumped over there, and I was just talking to somebody like, now I feel bad for this guy, because I know he doesn't live here and all of that, and I know eventually I got to call probably tomorrow to get this picked up, and I don't know who's going to pay or what does it,
Well, he's either going to call us and pay us, or he's going to get a code ticket and go to adjudication.
Right, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't even come, so he doesn't even know about it. And that's the thing that I don't want to do, because it's almost like, I hate speeders, but I just don't, are we going to, man, and I'm wrestling with it, I know some people might say, I be double talking, but if we ticket everybody, are we going to go back to ticket to everyone, in the neighborhood? Because right now people are struggling. I know we got problems with houses and people got holes, we got tarps and stuff on things. And what do? And you ticket them, and then we're hearing adjudication, they don't have money, now we got a lien on their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all questions you're going to have to ask tomorrow. I don't go there until after I get the work order.
Yeah, those
So,
are definitely
those are code
questions
issues,
for
not a-
code tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Yeah.
We don't go on anybody's property without that code ticket.
Right.
Okay.
But if you know, like if someone's dumped on someone's yard and they're not here.
Right.
You can, if you know them, give them a phone call, give them a heads up.
I really don't even know them, but I just know certain vacant lots that it's nobody's, and now all of a sudden, you ride around, and where'd this come from? And now where'd this come from? And that's what I was saying. Because then, I want to go from close to my proximity, but, man, I say, now this poor guy, he's getting ready, and you was talking about that, Alderman, somebody dumped on you, and,
I had to pay to remove it, though.
Yeah, so
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It goes through a work process, a work order. Unfortunately, I mean, that's the way it is.
And we want to treat everybody the same, so we can't say, well, you were dumped on, we don't know that.
Right.
And we could look at Lance and be like, we don't know you didn't put it there, so we don't want to say it that way, so we just tell everybody this is what it is, and we have a minimum fee, and we work with every resident, and we try. We take everything into consideration. Sorry.
The cold plater, that's the new piece of equipment that you
Yes.
talked about getting?
Yeah.
And it covers a certain width?
Right, it's 40 inches wide, and it can go up to 5 inches thick, so we can cut down up to 5 inches. So my thought is that we have a piece of equipment that can haul hot patch, and it holds 3 tons. So we're trying to stay in that area of 12 by 12, because that will be able to, allow us to go to the plant once, fill that hole, and then move on to the next one.
Okay.
But I've also talked to a company on the north side, Core, that they're willing to rent us their hot box, so in case we have bigger jobs or more, because my plan is to tear up one day and then come the next day and fill them up. So we're gonna leave holes, in the street, we're gonna have bump signs, everything else, but our plan is to come the next day.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then we'll have 2 crews running and filling them up.
And then it could be bigger than 12 by 12 at that point,
We
potentially.
want to stay within that, 15 by 15, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
Because when we get that stuff, so when you get that big, we also have to have a bigger roller, right? So our roller is probably about this wide now. So that's something that we would have to take into account as well.
Okay.
So,
Got it. Thank you.
Alderman Prude had a question.
Yeah, thanks for that tree that fell on the young lady's car. Thanks for getting over there, taking care of that right away. My second thing is they are dumping again over on Rosewood, Washington by the tracks. I know, again.
Rosewood.
Yeah, over by the tracks. Where they used to dump it all the time. Yeah.
Locust?
No, well, on Willow. Well, by the tracks, Rosewood, North Rosewood.
North Rosewood,
Yeah.
Willow.
And then the question is, are we doing something, is it a particular bit on the church right up here? I know it's hard, but that grass is like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the church on Court Street, did you get we got a work order for that one?
right here? What is the address? Right here. This church right here?
Indiana and,
Yeah.
yeah. And again, that's something that we have to get through code.
Yeah, I know. I was just
But
asking.
we're, like I said, Mr. Hassick has sent in numerous addresses to get work orders for. And we're slowly getting them, and again, there's a process, there's a 7-day process, so.
Yeah, I talked to Tamora about it. I was just wondering as the work order went out. I know the process, yeah.
We have a guy that's just doing code tickets. And that's his sole purpose every day, is just to go mow as many code tickets as he can get in a day.
Yeah, because
I mean,
I
we
mean,
just-
that's an eyesore right here.
I had to walk to, every year I got to go to Heritage on North Entrance and speak to their maintenance guy to get that mowed.
Yeah,
And-
I noticed that the other day.
It was mowed today,
It was bad the other day.
yeah. And that took that team almost 10 hours to mow. So when we get it that high, we're at a lot for at least 45 minutes to an hour. And trust me, it's bad on our equipment, and there's less work we do. So,
Any more questions for Mr. Lopez? I know right now it's a difficult time. You just, in a matter of 2 days, it can go from 2 inches to 10. And it really happens overnight. It's incredible. So I think you guys are doing a fantastic job trying to keep up.
40?
There was 37 between Friday and Monday.
Right.
They're doing it over there too. You know, we're working together, so.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next up, Zachary with the Environmental Services Utilities Sewer. Before you start this, I just wondered if you had anything for technical for Ms. Hall?
Yeah, sure. Clara in general is doing well. She's recovering well in physical therapy, and continue to wish her well. As far as the tech services department goes, we have a new lead electrician. That's Eric Morris, a familiar face. So if you see him, be sure to congratulate him on his new role. He's doing a fine job. His first official day was today. He's been working hard on the poles on Court Street. So if you remember, there's quite a few that were knocked down over the years. He's gotten all of those back up except for one. That one has a cracked base, so that one's going to be a little bit more difficult to repair. But all in all, he's got a lot of poles up, and still working on different camera projects and pulling cable and different IT things. So he's staying very busy right now as we wait for that second electrician to come on board to fill his vacant position.
Anybody have any questions for technical services? I actually have one. We had a meeting with the regional manager out at Taco Bell at 308, and he expressed interest in maybe some improved lighting. He said it's very dark out there at night, and I believe that those are city lights when they did that development out there. I did call and leave a couple messages, but it wasn't pressing. I was going to get back to you guys today, but if somebody could look into that, I told the manager that we'd see if there's anything we could do.
Sure, absolutely look into that.
Talking about the lighting going down the main road or behind?
He just said it's dark out there at night. Where they're at, he said it's a situation that needs to be addressed.
Because you guys have been, or ComEd, have been putting different lighting in versus that yellow. They've been doing like the bright whites, right?
Correct. A lot of that's just updating those high-pressure sodium and
Right.
metal halide to LEDs.
Thank you. Anybody have anything else for technical services? Okay, so sewer services?
Sewer services, if you remember last month, we had a lot of sewer calls. That snow melt and the rain was keeping us busy. This month, it's more back to historical norms. There was only 2 different sewer-related calls. Other than that, staying busy with our area cleaning and televising lines. Would like to tell you that our MS4 report, remember a couple of meetings ago, I talked about our 6 basic minimum control measures that we do for the MS4. So that report is done. It's due June 1st every year to Illinois EPA, and we got that done and out of the way. At Stone Street, if you recall as well, a few months ago, we got new automatic transfer control switches for Stone Street. That fixed a problem that was kind of hanging out there for quite a while, very difficult to get those parts. But now that we have them and they're installed, we were able to do a load bank test on the generator out there. So that's the first one that we've ever ran, or first time we've ever been able to run that generator under load. And it was tested at 90% for 4 hours. It went great. So now going forward, we can test that more regularly. And that's a big relief because knowing that that is working correctly, if we ever have any issues, Stone Street is a very important lift station that we don't want to have any issues with. Lastly, I just want to touch on Gar Creek. This is an ongoing issue, very slow going between the personnel and different parts trying to procure them. That's how it is these days, it seems. But we're making good progress. Gas Voda was actually back down today. They were here all last week. We were able to, for a couple of weeks, run the station without the bypass pump. We had a couple of pumps working. We've taken those offline so that we can continue on more of the piping issues, replacing those. Gas Voda just needs to get a few more parts, and I think we're almost there, and we'll have that station back to 100%. So very, very anxious, looking forward to that day. Other than that, it's just been, pretty basic stuff at the buildings, fixing different seals and toilets and the typical things that go along with buildings.
Alderman Jones?
Thank you. On the, I believe that was on Osborne, are we still going to be in that, you're going to hit the sewer, you say you saw it was kind of messed up, we're going to be on it every 2 months? Remember you had the list?
Yeah, we televised that line. There's quite a bit of roots growing in there.
Yes, and you said it's going to be like every 2 months or something. Could we have a meeting tomorrow night or what have you? I want to be able to relate to them, but hell, you were still on it, and it's on that every 2 month cycle deal to make sure.
Correct. It's on a more frequent schedule to keep that cleaned.
Okay, and also on that, what was that? That was the Gordon situation. Did you get that addressed? I haven't been back over there.
Yeah, the grate was we got it cut to fit, so that grate is now fixed.
It's now fixed. And what about Oakdale? Did you you have a plan on that?
Yeah, so we just got back. I just got back today. The main guy on my crew that does construction.
Yes.
So I would. It's my plan to have him back into that construction swing in a couple of weeks. So we got quite a list. The Oakdale, that sinkhole, it's a big one. It's on that list, and we'll get it.
Okay, is there anything to worry about, the other part that we need to be worried about right there, or is it fixable or what have you?
Yeah, it's pretty typical. There's a break somewhere in the pipe underneath, and
Okay.
it just lets everything wash out. It gets loose, and then the road kind of comes in.
Okay.
But it's just in that one spot, so there's nothing to be concerned about. It's just, it's pretty typical.
Okay.
Typical in what we see.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Alderwoman Johnson?
Thank you. I think last week or the week before, you guys did something with the dam, and did the water levels changed when you guys?
They were able to fix it quick enough that there was no really perceptible change that I could tell.
Okay.
And I did not hear anybody else noticing anything. I think it went well. It went well enough that there was really no change.
Okay, good. And then, I don't know that this falls to your team. I understand there was an incident on the dam this weekend with a jet ski.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys put the floaters out, or did that cause any damage? I know that the jet skiers were okay.
Yeah, so that does fall under us. So this is, I'm happy to talk about this. This is kind of a big, long, complicated thing. But the city, because we have the dam, we have a public safety plan that is on file with FERC. And we, as part of that plan, we are required to have a lot of different signage. So we have at least 4 signs on that Schuyler Avenue Bridge. The Illinois DNR puts those buoys in the water before the bridge. We have a couple of dam signs, one by the county highway building, and there's one on the other side where the fishermen are. We also, too, have signs that have a no boating area that are at every single boat launch that we have in the area. So we have plenty of signs that warn people that they are to stay away and that they really can't boat in that area. As far as the buoys go specifically, that is something that we communicate with FERC on a regular basis. As part of our public safety plan, we put them in the spring, usually about Memorial Day, and we take them out at Labor Day. And that's all an approved process by FERC. It depends a lot on weather conditions and river conditions. If the water's too high, we can't put them in. We might have to wait a little bit. Last year, I went back and looked. We put them in on June 5th, I believe. So we can't leave them out, all season. In the winter, the ice would break that and get hung up on it too much. If we leave them in the spring, when the water level rises, big trees, debris, all gets hung up on it when those first big, when that snow melt first happens, it breaks the line. It's happened before. When we do take that buoy line out, we put extra signage on the bridge that says that the buoy line has been removed and you need to be extra safe.
Okay.
And we did have that signage up at that time. I think as one of the things that I might do is just see if we can get some bigger signs to hang there. But really, I think that what we have, I think it was kind of adequate as far as warnings go.
Okay. I heard there could have been a language barrier, which,
Well,
if there's any,
but, I still kind of think that the signage, it has that dam symbol on it, with
Okay.
the diamond, the orange diamond, So it's kind of like a stop sign. Stop signs are only in English, but it's got the red color and that shape.
Okay.
You kind of know it's a stop sign. It's the same way with that dam symbol.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Alderman Marzak.
Just got a quick question, that probably not going to get a quick answer, but I've noticed a couple times in the past couple weeks, Stone Street still has a significant odor, like, I know, you guys were working on, different companies that, I guess that's the byproduct of what they dump in the sewers, but is there something that's changed, or is there something, we could possibly do to maybe eliminate it?
So Ryan and I, we are definitely on top of that. I believe that one of the industries had a little hiccup in their process, and it just takes some time to come back from that upset. So I do believe it's trending in the right direction, but it's just a slow process.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the sewer services? Okay, thank you, Zach. Lab services, Ryan McGinnis.
Thanks. To speak a little bit more to that, there was an industry that we identified that had some high levels of H2S, and like Zach said, there was an issue. There was one of the managers was gone, and they didn't properly dose the chemical that they're supposed to dose for wastewater treatment, and so that did cause an upset there, and that does take some time to kind of come back once they redose at the appropriate levels. And they were dosing at higher levels to try to get it to come back faster for us. The lab, we've had some minor equipment issues recently, nothing major, and that you'll see every year we have an annual maintenance contract that we have, and that covers some of those equipment issues, so really won't be an extra expense for us. Additionally, we're still working with some of the industries in Manteno to work on the fog problems, and we're getting weekly updates from them and just trying to stay on top of that. The one reached out to us today with their update, and they're working on getting some more testing to understand what solutions will best serve their facility to get the fats, oils, and greases reduced the greatest amount. And I just wanted to say lastly that as far as industrial sewer revenue and flows are concerned, I'm hesitantly optimistic. I think that the industries are staying strong, but with the current economic environment, there's potential for them to suffer some changes this year. So I'll update you if I have any changes or things I hear from the industries, but I expect things to stay strong for the current term.
Does anybody have any questions for Ryan? Seeing none. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, that finishes the monthly reports. And Rhonda, financials, please.
The financial report that you guys have in front of you is based on the data we had last Friday as of May 16th. Taking that into consideration, please note we'll be making additional entries to the April numbers to fully close out fiscal 25 in the coming weeks. To date, we are 96.9% or $700,145 less than what was budgeted for. I don't expect any significant increases that would, reduce the bulk of that remaining balance sitting out there. If you look at the expenditures on pages, there's like a summary on pages 5 through 7. I'm just going to kind of run through that. Each unit came in respectively lower, starting with the admin administrative costs, finishing out at 86.9% of budget, technical services at 92.2, lab services at 94.2, and public works at 97.7%. The only exception was sewer at 101.3% or 1.3% over budget, but they're also the department with the highest revenue, so it makes sense. Revenues overall are at 104.4% of budget, or $1.03 million higher than budgeted. Most of this has been attributed to the industrial billing, as was the trend in fiscal '24. I expect the final revenues for fiscal '24 to increase slightly based on the final billing numbers I just received from Ryan today. We received Aqua numbers on time for this month's reporting, thus those numbers are actuals. And overall, the ESU is in a healthy state moving forward into fiscal '26.
Does anybody have any questions on the financial report? Anyone? Thank you very much. Okay, we have, under old business, any updates, Zach, on the hydro plant?
I tried to include some pictures and a little bit of a narrative of what those were. You can see that it's an exciting time. We're starting to see some items come in, and in talking with NORCAN, the time frame for installation is looks like it's at the end of July, and with the controls installation to follow a few weeks after installation of Unit 1 and 2, but we're getting closer and closer to that time. Supplier issues and that sort of thing has kind of pushed it back a little, but I think we finally got a firm date on when we're going to get those units back.
Anybody have any questions on the hydro plant?
I'm sorry.
Alderwoman Johnson?
When did you say they're coming back, Zach?
I plan to be back last week of July, early August.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions on the hydro plant? All right, seeing none, next item on the agenda is unfinished business. We have none. Moving on, excuse me, we have new business. We have the fuel bid results.
Thank you. Last Wednesday, on May 14th, we opened the bids for the City of Kankakee's fuel bid. We had 4 different bidders, and we had a couple that were in with 1 penny of each other, actually just a fraction of a penny. So what we want to do is just run the numbers, make sure that we're 100% correct on those calculations, and then our plan is to bring it back to City Council on June 2nd for recommendation.
Zach, I have a question. Of the 4 bidders, I know Baron Hewitt is a local company. Are these other 3 companies local?
I believe that Baron Hewitt is the only local one.
The only local one?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, are there any other questions on that? Okay, next item on the agenda would be the DPW tandem truck possible purchase.
Yeah, so we, myself and Mr. Hasek, we've been working on getting some trucks, used trucks. And we found 2 single-axle trucks in Champaign from our Rush dealer. And they are 2013s, 2014s with about 57,000 miles on them with stainless steel boxes, which we're trying to get to. That way that our boxes don't rust out. And also, we've learned that there's also 2 tandem trucks from Will County that are available that we want to purchase as well from Kankakee Truck, and one is getting a brand new stainless steel box on it, which is like a $38,000 add-on to a tandem truck. And the other one is we have one that we have to take out of the fleet because the motor has blown and we've already put in about 20,000 in the last couple months to it. So we're going to scrap that box and put it on one of the other trucks. So we can get 4 decent used vehicles to help our fleet for under $200,000. And that's fully loaded with plows and spreaders and stainless steel boxes. Yes.
A tandem truck is a dump truck?
Yes, these are all dump trucks. So so tandem means it has the 2 wheels in the back, and then single axle is one, set up like a car. So the bigger ones that we haul brush with are tandem axles, because they can haul longer brush. But we need the single axles for Stone Street, 6th, Adams, just narrow streets that we have to plow. So that's downtown, lower Riverview, upper Riverview with all the cars. It's hard to get those bigger plow trucks through there. So we need the tandems, the single axles as much as we need the tandem for winter.
Sorry. How much are they new?
I think the new one is $211,000 for a brand-new single axle.
Is that with all the,
Everything,
everything? And you're,
It's close to 300,000
yeah.
for one.
okay. And I'm sorry, the mix you just gave us was 2 single axle and 2 double?
Yes.
Or tandem axle? For under 200,000?
We're actually, I gave you 200,000, we're looking at $173,000 for both of them. For all 4. I'm sorry, all 4 would be $173,000.
And, I'm sorry, it would come out of 2025, 26 budget?
Yeah, we still don't, we're still working on the new fiscal year budget, yeah, but I think the idea is to, that it would come from that next year's fiscal.
Okay. Out of capital?
Yes. It'd be a capital purchase.
James, do these come with snow plows, or will our plows fit on these trucks?
They come with snow plows, but like I was just talking to Mr. Hasek, we're replacing a 1994 single axle truck. So, and then, if we do buy different trucks down the road and we replace ours that have the stainless steel box, we can reuse that box because they don't rust out.
Right.
So now that's a $38,000, $40,000 expenditure we don't have to do because we're just buying the chassis and then having it plumbed in. So that saves money in the long run if we go to all stainless steel because they don't rust out. Because that's exactly what Will County's doing. They're taking they bought only chassis and taking their box off, and that's why he's putting new boxes on the trucks to sell.
Alderman Jones?
Thank you, Mayor Pro. The question is, do we have a time frame we get to get this done?
Do we have a time frame? Well, I'm waiting for trucks to come in from Champaign, which I'm talking to him daily. It should be hopefully by the end of next month. We have enough vehicles to get us through here. It's the winter time where we need the trucks, but yeah.
Right, and I just want to make sure that we don't want to be dragging our feet if we're going to do this, and we might miss it. That's what.
No, we're working with them. Champaign is, the Rush dealer in Champaign has given me first option at their 4 trucks, that they have 4 total trucks. I asked for 2, and they're giving us first dibs, and they're going to be, and per his text message, they're a dealer, they're a truck dealer, so they're going to be, they're going to be detailed, working in proper order and everything, so.
What is the next step then? Does that go to budget, or, it says that it's a discussion item,
We just, we did not receive the prices in time, so that we wanted to at least talk about them tonight. I think the plan would, to be if we can get the prices in time for the next city council meeting, that we would bring it to city council on June 2nd.
Okay, so it would be before another The SU meeting, it would go directly to city council?
Correct, because we don't want to wait too long and miss our opportunity.
Okay, so did you guys want to make kind of a motion on this, or do you want to leave it as discussion and then it would just be on the first June meeting for city council? What do you guys think?
Well, if we're not gonna miss out on them
Right,
until we have the exact number, I think maybe we should wait, get the exact number, like Zach says, we've got time, as long as we're not gonna lose. If we're
I-
gonna lose out, I would say we need to do something.
I honestly don't believe with the company that Frank's working with and the Rush dealer that I'm working with, I don't believe we'll miss out.
okay. Is there any more discussion on that? All right, thank you. There is no more new business and no need for an executive session. Is there any more questions or concerns before we adjourn? Seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Alderwoman Johnson made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Jones. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everyone.